Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Hope everything is good. Ramadan Kareem. Say Ramadan Kareem. It means happy Ramadan.
Makalakli.
No, Ramadan Kareem. Ramadan. Try to say.
Adamakan claim.
No, Ramadan
Adamadan
Kareem.
claim.
Yeah, Ramadan Kareem.
Adamadan claim.
Or you can just say happy Ramadan. Happy Ramadan guys. مرحبا بكم معكم آلاء ALAE. اليوم غادي نديروا انترفيو مع عشيرة جوجو وغادي ندوي بلونغلي الفيديو كامل باش هما يفهموني وانا نفهمهم. مي غادي ندير لكم الترجمه لتحت السوتريت باش تفهمونا. So let's go. So today I decided to do an interview with Jojo because Ramadan is here. So guys, I prepared a lot of questions for Jojo and for all our friends here. So first of all, introduce yourself to people.
Hey guys, it's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Jojo. Why my name is Jojo? Because the pronunciation of Jo is very similar to the last letter of my Chinese name, Jo. So that's why I call Jojo. And
So what's your Chinese name?
Dong Yiqiao.
Dong Yiqiao.
So the pronunciation of Qiao is very similar to Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I call Jojo.
Yeah, I see. And I guess most of you saw Jojo in one of my previous vlogs. I will make sure to put it here or here so you can see it. So first of all, Jojo is one of my university mates. I met him near my university and we study in the same university and we actually meet up a lot.
I can introduce you guys like the first meeting with Ella.
Yeah.
Like I remember that it was a sunny day and I was riding a bicycle beside the river, the Chentang River in Hangzhou. And I saw Ella just beside me and we were watching the landscape near the river.
Yeah, I was me and Hasna.
I just wanted to say hello before she said hello to me.
Yeah.
and I was
Did.
I can't help wondering that wow is international student and I should know her more, and then we hang out together and maybe we have the experience of karaoke, right?
Yeah.
And we ate a lot of delicious Chinese food. Our friendship continued last for nearly 2 years, I guess.
Yeah, it's almost 2 years.
Yes.
So can you tell them about your major?
Okay. My major is journalism and in my third year, and but actually my specialty is about photography and videography, like shooting some videos and take some pictures, and maybe I'm kind of good at taking some portrait photography and
He's very
landscape
good.
portrait.
Yeah, he's very professional at making videos and taking pictures and portraits. So, do you want to introduce yourself more, give them an idea about how old are you, where you live, how long have you been here in Hangzhou?
Actually, I'm from a city called Wenzhou in China, and it's on the southeast coast of China. And why it's called Wenzhou? Because in Chinese it means warm cities, because there's no freezing cold weather there, so it's called warm city. I have been to Hangzhou for 3 years, because in my third years, and I really like Hangzhou, and most of my work are created in Hangzou.
Yeah.
And I wish I could stay here and maybe get a career here.
So you actually like the Hangzhou a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think about the weather, the food, the people?
Yeah, well,
comparing to your home city.
Yeah, well, as you said, the temperature in Hangzhou is extreme. I mean, sometimes it's crazy hot, sometimes it's
crazy cold.
Cold and hot, cold and hot. There's no warm
yeah.
day. And maybe the spring is the only weather that is not that cold and not that hot.
Yeah. Actually, the weather here in Hangzhou, it's not understandable. Sometimes it's very, very hot in the morning. At night, it's very cold. And sometimes it's rain when it's hot. So, yeah, the weather is quite crazy.
Exactly.
Very interesting introduction about you, Jojo.
Thank you.
Let's start with some questions that I already prepared. I'm going to ask you first about Morocco.
Morocco?
Yeah, about my country. Because I guess a lot of people who watch me, they want to know how Chinese people or how Chinese community think about Morocco in general, Moroccan culture and Moroccan citizens. So when you first hear Morocco, what's the first thing that pop up in your mind?
Casablanca. I know a film called Casablanca. It's really a romantic film, and it's given me a deep impression about Morocco.
Yeah, I guess most of Chinese people, they know Morocco from the movie Casablanca. Keep in mind, the movie Casablanca, for people who don't know it, it's a very, very old movie. I don't think that Moroccan people have seen it a lot, but this movie called Casablanca, it's very famous here in China. As far as I know, a lot of Chinese people know Morocco from that movie. But when you hear Morocco, what's the first image that you can see, or what do you think about Morocco in general? What's the first idea that pop up in your mind when you hear Morocco?
Like the blue sea and blue sky, the wonderful landscape there. Like once I mix up the Morocco and
There's Monaco and Morocco.
and
Yeah.
I mixed them once, but now I understand that Morocco is a country bigger than Monaco.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much bigger.
Here in China, it's
Yeah.
very easy, it's very hard to pronounce Morocco in Chinese
Yeah.
because when someone asks me where I'm from and they just be like Mologa and they just be like Monaco, they just
Yeah,
don't know
exactly.
which country. So I don't know how to pronounce it. I just go like Wushu ala boring. I just be like I'm Arabic. I am not from Morocco. I'm just Arabic. So when you hear Morocco, you just think about the blue sea, the blue sky.
Yeah, and I also know the funnel cup, right? The football game.
Yeah.
How do we call it?
The World Cup.
Yeah, World Cup. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a very excellent
Yeah.
award.
Yeah, I guess after the World Cup, Morocco
Yeah.
got much famous after
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah. And what do you think about food in Morocco?
Food. Oh, once you give me some Moroccan food,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
delicious.
Yeah.
A little bit spicy, right?
So I prepared براوة dilhout for Jojo, and they actually needs to be a little bit spicy.
Yeah, but
But-
it's really yummy.
Yeah, thank you so much. But like, there's a lot of other dishes, more like tagine and this kind of like dishes that are quite salty, and we
Yeah.
also have other like dishes that are sweet salty.
Yeah,
So
sweet
maybe
salty,
one day
yeah.
I'm gonna make one of these
Yeah,
decisions.
sweet salty means a little bit sweet and a little bit salty.
Yeah. It's more like this dish called الحمد البرقوق, and it needs to be a little bit sweet and a little bit salty. When you just hear about like Morocco, this is the only thing that you think of.
Yeah, and also I got a lot of followers from Morocco,
Yeah,
and they
on your
introduce a
Instagram.
lot of culture about Morocco. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of internet students from Morocco, and
Yeah.
they would like to come to China for study or for visiting or stuff.
Yeah. By the way, Jojo have an Instagram account. I can put it here. This is his Instagram account. He posts some pictures and some poetry. So if you're interested, you can go visit him. As far as I know, you actually met a lot of Moroccan friends and stuff.
Yeah.
So what the impression that they left for you, and what do you think about like Moroccan people in general?
I think they are really friendly and they're really kind. And because I really like to meet people from different countries, from diverse and different culture. Though we have different habits, and I think for me it's very wonderful experience to meet friends from different countries and different places, and it's amazing and wonderful experience for me.
Yeah. Do you think that there is a difference between Moroccan people and Chinese people when it comes to communicating and making friendships and being friendly and this kind of stuff? Do you think that there's a difference between these two countries?
Maybe not just the Chinese people, but also the Asian people. They are kind of shy compared to maybe American people.
Yeah, definitely.
And, and as you can say, like in our campus, it's hard to say like strangers that say hello to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe for internet students, even they don't know you, and they will say hello to you. And I think it's kind of maybe the different custom because we are more introverts.
Introverts. Yeah.
And it's hard for us to show maybe the true emotion and feelings to the people we don't know. Yeah, exactly. And
very interesting.
influenced by our culture, because in our culture, on some families' education, they consider the big laugh as kind of rudeness.
Really?
Yeah, but actually I think big laugh means that you're happy. You're happy enough to laugh. So maybe it's kind of difference between the culture. Yeah, maybe getting a friendship among the Chinese guys are maybe longer because take much time to establish the trust and communication between the Chinese guy. But I think for you Moroccan people, I think you are always kind, always open.
Yeah. But also in China, there's a lot of touristic destinations and touristic cities. Will like this kind of situations happen in these touristic cities? Because, for example, Hangzhou is not a very touristic destination. So, I mean, for us in Morocco, if you go to a touristic destination or touristic city, more like Marrakesh or anywhere, you can find people who are very open and they want to make conversations with you and start like talking with you. But here in China, even though when you go, for example, to Beijing or Shanghai, you will meet people who who are close to themselves, like introverts, as you said.
Yeah.
Like they don't wanna, like they're very shy when you just ask them for a favor, ask them to do something with you, just like, no, I'm sorry, and they just go. But for us, like when it comes, as you said, for like the big laugh, it's also a culture thing. Like when you're sitting with your family, you cannot laugh very loud because it's a symbol of like maybe disrespect or this kind of stuff. But when it comes to citizens and when it comes to people, there's a very big difference, because in Morocco people are not scared to make conversations and like to have a chat or like to do any kind of activity. Like we also have kind of people who are shy to make conversation or make the first move. But here in China, I just saw that most of the people, they when you want to talk to them, they just lift you, standing alone, and they just go. While in Morocco, and I actually don't know about other countries, but in Morocco, it's a sign of rudeness. When someone asks you for a favor, asks you for something, and you just like, no, and you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but here I think it's a normal thing to do, or it's a common thing to do. Like when someone, like for example, if I come up to you and ask you about something, and you don't understand English, or you have this kind of anxiety that you don't wanna, like you can't answer me, you just go. But in Morocco, if you come to ask me about something, I will try my best to like serve you. And
and I think that depends. Like different people, maybe some people they are rude and cool, but some people maybe they're very willing to help. Even you have the language barrier, and they will try spend no efforts to help you. And I think for maybe the young people, we tend to be open and we tend to be like friendly to the people around us.
Actually here in China, not everyone is like they lift you without giving you an answer. Actually, there's a lot of Chinese people, very, very nice Chinese people who are like doing their best, like so they can give you a piece of information or like to help you with something. Even with, as you say, the language barrier, they can just use the translating app. So whenever you go, you will find nice people, and at the same time you'll find like very
even though like we don't understand each other's language, when it's a body language because it's universal.
Body language. Give me this. So the next question is, have you ever think about visiting Morocco?
Actually, I really would like to visit the places around the world, and actually Africa is a distant place for me because it's very.
It's very far.
It's far away. I wish I could, like, if I afford it, and I can get a flight ticket and visit Morocco, and also maybe the country around Morocco. And I think Africa for me, like, it's a wonderful place.
Actually, Morocco is very, very, very far from China. It takes 18 hours flight.
18 hours.
18 hours. It's very, very far. But if one day you decided to come, you can just hit me up. I can just come up and show you around, you know?
Okay.
And do you have any cities in mind that you want to visit?
Maybe the first destination is Casablanca.
Actually, Casablanca is a very good destination. I live in Casablanca. It's a very good destination, but it's not a safe destination. But if you want to go, I can give you a lot of recommendations.
Okay.
Like you can go to Tangier. It's in the north of Morocco.
Okay.
You can go to Marrakesh, the most like known and famous place in Morocco.
It would be great if you can be my guidance.
Yeah, of course. I actually visited a lot of cities in Morocco, so I might be helpful. But we would never know. So as long as you actually met some Moroccan people, do you think that there are some similarities with Chinese people and Moroccan people?
I think you have some similarities. Like for maybe most of the young people, we are kind, friendly, and we are curious about not just the world around us, but also the world outside us. And we have the curiosities to explore the new world and maybe different culture, different places. We have the abilities of exploring different things. I think that's the similarities, always exploring.
But do you find any similarities between countries? Like not just countries, maybe also culture, between Moroccan culture and Chinese culture?
I think in our culture we all have abilities of like self-discipline. Like when you go fasting, like when you can't eat, you don't eat. And like for us, like when some rules that we have to obey, and maybe if the parents told us the thing that we shouldn't have to do, and we don't do that. And maybe like most of Chinese guys, they are diligent, always like
have to work hard.
Push on and hardworking and stuff. And maybe that shows a kind of self-discipline that when we have a goal and we just spend no efforts to do it.
Yeah. So you actually, I guess, but I'm not sure, you have seen a lot of or heard a lot of traditions in Morocco.
Yeah.
So do you think that there are any kind of similarities between traditions in Morocco and traditions in China?
Well, I think you because you have the belief, you have the you have the religion, right?
Yeah.
And you have the high respect to your culture, your religion, and in China as well. Like in China, is a there's no specific like God we have to believe that objective to describe that some people don't believe the God. How to say that word?
Atheists.
Idiots.
Atheists.
Also, there are a few people here. They are believe like the Buddhism.
Yeah, Buddhism.
And stuff. And we also have the
Christian.
Islam religious people here.
And also you have Christians.
Yeah, Christians.
So in China, you don't really need to have a certain religion to follow. Each one
Yeah.
follows his own beliefs.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, for example, for me, I saw there are some kind of traditions or some kind of cultural things that we actually don't have in Morocco.
Yeah.
For example, the Spring Festival. We actually don't have the Spring Festival in our country. Like the kind of traditions you do in the New Year festival. Like
Yeah.
you have to gather with your family, make dumplings and
Yeah.
like give the red pockets and
Yeah.
this kind of stuff, like do fireworks.
Yeah.
And because this year was the dragon year, they had to do like this kind of dragon
Yeah,
dragon
exactly.
festivals. You also have the dragon boat, the boats festival. There are a lot of traditions that we actually don't have in our country, but we also have a lot of traditions that they are not available here in Morocco. Like for example, we have this kind of cultural festival that we call the Ashura. It's a day where we have to celebrate it. They buy kind of toys for kids, and all the girls go outside of the door and they play with this kind of musical instruments and they keep singing the whole day. They do this kind of henna. Do you know what is henna? Henna, it's more like a tattoo, but it's not tattoo. It's it's more like this.
Oh.
Or like painting.
Okay.
So girls do it in their hand and they just keep celebrating and singing the whole day. So it's not available here. So there are some kind of traditions or cultural things that they are here but not in other countries. And what that would make China or make each country special than the other. This will be the last question related to Morocco.
Okay.
So, do you have any kind of culture thing that you want to learn about Morocco, or do you have anything in mind that you want to explore more about Morocco?
Maybe your language, as my girlfriend said that when you speak your language and your pronunciations are so different from what we learn in Mandarin in Chinese, and I'm really curious about like in your tongue, you got lots of how to say
the tones.
Yeah, the tones are so different from China. Like in China, we don't have lots of tone pronunciation, and in your language you have a lot. Yeah, there are so many I can explore in your culture.
Yeah. When it comes to language, I think for Moroccan, because in Morocco we don't have a language, we have a dialect, which is a mix between a lot of languages. Arabic, Spanish, French, because Morocco was, oh my God, I forgot it in English. Colonized. Was colonized from a lot of countries before. So in our language, it's not very hard to learn comparing to Chinese, but at the same time, it's not very easy to learn. So I will teach you at the end of the vlog, or maybe now I will teach you some things. But before, I want to say something when it comes to Mandarin. Here in China, if you just miss one pronunciation or miss one tone,
the tone.
If you miss one tone, the meaning of the phrase
totally
will change.
different.
And also when you're writing, we actually use letters. Not in China, they use characters. So in each word or in each phrase or each paragraph, you need to know the characters, how to write them. For me, I think Chinese, it's very complicated to learn. Like, you need to know the pinyin, you need to know like the characters, you need to know the tones. If you just learn it by hearing it, it's gonna be much easier. But when it comes to grammar, I think Chinese is much easier than Arabic.
Really?
So you can tell me what word. I can teach you some Moroccan. Tell me a word in Chinese, and I will try to know it in Arabic and teach it to you in Moroccan.
Like 早上好, good morning.
صباح الخير. You can try say it. صباح الخير. Yeah. In Chinese, like for me, I can pronounce a lot of words. Like shi, shi, zi, this kind of stuff. But for us, like we have but with like practice, you will learn it. So 早上好, it's صباح الخير. صباح, it's morning. Khair is good. So صباح الخير, good morning.
صباح Yeah.
Yeah, صباح الخير. It's good. Your pronunciation is not that bad, to be honest. I will teach you, like, maybe you can say, 今天天气 how? It's like, today's weather, it's so good. How
Yeah.
do you say it in Chinese?
今天天气很好。
今天天气很好。
对，今天天气很好。
今天天气很好。
Yeah, you speak very excellent.
No, it's not. It's 一点点. But in Morocco, we say جو.
Jo.
جو, it means the weather.
Jo. Oh, yeah.
جو اليوم, which means today.
Yeah.
اليوم.
Yoma.
زوين.
Zoin.
بزاف.
Zif.
بزاف, you will hear this word بزاف. You will hear it a lot because it means a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, بزاف.
Zif.
بزاف. No.
Zif.
Yeah, بزاف. Today's weather very beautiful. It's
Yeah.
اليوم الجو زوين بزاف. اليوم الجو زوين بزاف.
Yours? It's
Jo.
pretty difficult for me.
Yeah, it's very difficult. So this was pretty much when it comes to Moroccan language and Moroccan culture. Seeing what you think about Morocco and showing people who watch us what you think about Morocco. So I have other questions when it comes to Ramadan this month.
Yeah.
Do you know Ramadan? Do you have any idea about Ramadan? Do you know what's Ramadan?
Yeah, like you go fasting.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a special festival for you.
Yeah, kind.
Yeah, and I should high respect to you because you can continue yourself to not eat for such a long time.
Yeah, I will give you like a brief introduction when it comes to Ramadan. So Ramadan is not only a cultural thing, it's actually mainly it's a religious festival. It's not a festival, it's maybe an occasion. I don't know how to say it in English, but like a religious thing. So in 1 month during a year, all the Muslims has to fast for a certain period of time. So for me, I just fast from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m.
5 a.m. to 6
Yeah,
p.m.
so it's not very, very long. But in some countries, when the day it's very, very long, they fast for so long. For me, I think the time zone here in China is similar to Moroccan time zone.
Yeah.
So there is no big difference. And the system is you have to stop eating from 5 p.m. until 6 p.m. And you can eat from 6 p.m. You can eat anything you want from 6 p.m. till 5 a.m.
Till 5 a.m.
Yeah, so you can eat at night,
Yeah.
but you can't eat in the morning. Actually, the reason or like the story behind it is very, very precious and very, very beautiful.
Yeah.
So actually, this month is an occasion when you can heal your body and you can make it cleaner because you don't eat during the whole day, and you can eat something healthy at night that makes your body much healthier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so because when 6 p.m. hits, you actually need to start by eating a date. Eating a date is very healthy. It's actually sweet and give you all the vitamins and stuff. And after you can eat any kind of food you want. As far as I know, also here in China, in hospitals, they do this kind of fasting medicine or fasting way of healing. And like fasting for 1 month, it's occasion to get closer to God. And also fasting, it's not only fasting from food and drinks. It's fasting from saying bad words, from doing bad actions. In 1 month, you become the cleanest version of yourself. You don't curse, you don't do bad things, you don't see bad things, you don't say bad things. You pray, and there is so many things that we do in this month, but this is like summary.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's beyond my imagination.
Yeah, it's a very interesting subject to like explore. And maybe if you want one day, we can fast, both of you, me and you, and try fasting for 1 day. Actually, fasting is not very hard because it's more like you're eating, but you're eating at different times. So if you want to, we can try 1 day fasting. It's gonna be tiring because you've never fasted before, but it's very useful.
Okay, I'll try.
This will be the last question for the interview. I already showed you my campus and maybe my life as a university student, but would you like to give us what's the difference between us as international students and you as a Chinese student?
Maybe we have to take more courses and we have different standards of graduation. We all got 4 years, right?
Yeah,
we got 4 years. Yeah, I think there are no so much a huge difference.
I can say, like, we also follow the Chinese educational system here in university, but as you previously said, you have to do like a sport every day, or like it's more like a counted score to do sports. It's very necessarily for you to take it.
Well, it depends. Like it has like the total scores are maybe 100, and the exercise are maybe 18 scores.
For us, we have this kind of elective courses that you can have, so they can add you more credits. We can go for like PE class or like calligraphy or music or a Chinese language class, but it's not very necessarily for you to take it unless you don't have enough scores or like you don't have enough credits. And also as I saw that in the first year, the freshman year, you have to do this kind of military thing, the army thing. It was very surprising for me. It was more like a cultural shock when I first see it, because I was like, why those students waking up very early?
Hot day and the sun is burning and everybody stand up there and try to do some stupid things, and I don't understand that too, but everybody have to follow that because it's the credit we have to get. Like it's kind of like maybe political education here to obey some rules and be disciplined.
Yeah, and I also saw that you have more hours of, and then we have to wait until it's finished.
Oh.
This is a call for prayer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
these were all my questions. If you want to say anything for the people who are watching us now, you can say.
Okay. Thanks for watching our interview.
Yeah.
And
happy Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem. Try to say it again. Ramadan.
Ramadan
Kareem.
Kidding. And I wish all of the guys who are watching this video have a wonderful day and have a lucky year. I wish you guys a happy Ramadan.
Ramadan, yes, it's great. You can say something in Chinese.
China is always welcome.
In Chinese, how do we say it?
Like 中国欢迎你.
中国欢迎你.
Yeah, 中国欢迎你.
中国欢迎你.
Yeah, exactly.
中国欢迎你. إخواني تهلاو لي في راسكم ورمضان كريم، وهذا الشيء اللي كان. إلا بغيتوني نعاود نبقى ندير بحال هاد لي زانترفيو مع الناس، قولها لي في الكومونتير. رمضان كريم وكل سنة وأنتم طيبون، الله يدخل عليكم هذا الشهر هذا بالصحة والسلامة، وتهلاو لي في راسكم وبسلامة. Try to say بسلامة.
Salama.
بسلامة.
See you next time.
See you, bye bye.